Since the advent of generative AI technology, the world has awakened to the vast potential of what it can bring. Data and Gen AI strategy are at the forefront of conversations across every organization, and the role of project management and its inevitable link to data management has become more critical than ever. As project managers, we stand at the crossroads of strategy, execution, and delivery of value to our organizations, stakeholders, and society. From this intersection, we view the use of Gen AI and data as not just a technological advancement, but as a strategic necessity to enhance project success. Let's begin by looking at what Gen AI is, how it can improve project outcomes, and what you need to know about data before you get started. Gen AI refers to a subset of artificial intelligence that uses algorithms and models to generate new data based on existing datasets. By feeding data into a Gen AI model, project managers will now be able to quickly fill knowledge gaps, identify unknown unknowns, make never-before-seen correlations, and derive new insights. With the proper context, Gen AI can sift through hundreds of zettabytes in seconds and provide information to project managers that can impact project success. How can using Gen AI improve project outcomes? Well, one way to think about it is to view project management tasks arranged by these three buckets, ranging in level of task complexity from low to high. Gen AI can help with automation, assistance, and augmentation, which in turn aid in project success. Automation. Gen AI can automate tasks that are low in complexity and require little human intervention in their final output. Examples include generating reports, analyzing documents with multiple types of data, and summarizing meeting notes. Assistance. Gen AI tools can assist the project manager to do things like create a first draft of a cost-benefit analysis, perform a data analysis to be used on a scope change recommendation, create scheduling plans, and perform a risk analysis. But these outputs are not complete without the project manager analyzing and refining them. Augmentation. The most complex level is augmenting, where the project manager performs complex and strategic tasks, such as creating business cases for projects and supporting decision-making with many interdependencies and variables. As the level of complexity goes up, the degree of human intervention increases. Gen AI outputs are only as good as the data that goes into them. Garbage in, garbage out means that if low-quality or irrelevant data is fed into an AI model, the output it generates will also be of poor quality or irrelevant. To use Gen AI to improve project outcomes, you'll need a basic understanding of data before you jump in. In this course, we'll look at the following 6 topics: types of Gen AI models, data types and sources used as inputs, how Gen AI models use this data, data governance, risks and limitations of data and AI, security in AI. Now that you understand Gen AI can automate, assist, and augment your work to improve project outcomes, and what you need to know about data before you get started, Let's get into it. Let's start with a crash course on data. We promise to give you the foundational knowledge in just a few minutes. Let's start with GenAI models. A model is a system or an algorithm trained to make predictions, decisions, or generate outputs based on input data. Essentially, it's a mathematical representation of a real-world process. We train an algorithm by feeding it large amounts of data and allowing it to learn and to make inferences from that data. During training, the model learns by adjusting its internal parameters to minimize the difference between its predictions and the actual outcomes. This process is guided by a specific learning algorithm. Once the model is trained, it can process new, never before seen data to make predictions or analyze patterns. Let's take ChatGPT as an example. The GPT in ChatGPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, which is a type of model. It belongs to the family of large language models, or LLMs. An LLM is a model designed to understand, generate, and interact with human language. ChatGPT was essentially pre-trained on the data that exists on the internet, an enormous dataset including books, websites, articles, and other forms of online text. The goal was to expose the model to as much human language as possible in various contexts. The model learned to predict the next word in a sentence without any explicit human-provided corrections. It uses patterns and structures in the data to learn about language, grammar, facts about the world, and even styles of communication. After ChatGPT was pre-trained, the model was fine-tuned using more specific datasets along with human guidance. This makes it more reliable and more context-aware in its responses. In later releases of ChatGPT, OpenAI used human feedback to provide ChatGPT even more nuanced aspects of human language. While LLMs are powerful, they can struggle with understanding context or nuance. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos in this course about bias and misinformation generated by these models. These limitations are very real, and you'll need to know how to mitigate them. When a prompt or raw data is fed into a model like ChatGPT as an input, it undergoes a series of complex processing steps to convert text into numerical form. The model uses the numerical form to learn patterns and relationships in the data. The quality and structure of this input data significantly influence the model's performance and outputs. Of course, ChatGPT isn't the only GPT-based model. Others, like Llama, Copilot, Claude, Bard, Genesis, and Grok, are trained in the same way. Quick recap. Learning from lots of text. GPTs are trained on a vast amount of text from the internet, including articles, books, websites, and more. They learn from this text to understand how humans communicate. Predicting the next word. The main job of a GPT is to predict the next word in a sentence. It looks at all the words it has seen so far and guesses what word comes next. It's like completing sentences in a more advanced and complex way. Understanding context. These models are often good at understanding context. They can remember and use information to make better future outputs. However, they can also struggle in this area. Generating text. When you ask a GPT a question or give it a prompt, the GPT's predictions are made using what it learned from training data. then guided further by the prompt context. There have been some exciting recent developments that allow users to create custom versions of ChatGPT that combine instructions, extra knowledge, and any combination of skills. Let's go there next.